Hello. I have something quite interesting to show today. It's actually a proper farm this time. What I've been working on for a while now is a 1.9 Obsidian Farm. That is actually using the End and is as fast as possible. This design is actually really quite fast. It's, what is it again? 13 times 720, I think. Yeah, like 9,360 obsidian per hour under optimal conditions, but I'll get to that later. Optimal conditions also are normal conditions, so yeah. So what I have here is actually a farm based on a total of 4 withers. All of them actually are in quite decently safe wither cages, I must say. I have not seen any of his wither cages break, and I don't really see a reason why they would ever break, and they are reload stable, even for the player. These designs were actually first used by Purple Dragon in his 1.8 wither farm design, Obsidian farm design. The main advantage with these is that when the platform respawns, it will actually block the wither's sight onto the player, and therefore the wither will only be able to track the switch here, which can also heal itself, so yeah. The switch is actually angry at the two here because I could not use more than 2 slabs, but it will still be able to keep up regenerating. Why I could only use 2 slabs? Because if the wither skulls were exploding too close to the withers, it would actually be possible that the withers would move, and that would be not so good. So these withers are just being damaged by some snowballs, and the rest of the farm is just a bunch of transportation circuitry that gets me from here to the end portal where I go through. And in the overworld I actually have something that is quite difficult to show you. Oh, well, actually it's really easy to show you. I do this. What I have here is a bed right next to an end portal. I just removed those 2 end portal frames, that should be easy enough. And this bed will normally spawn me in this location where I'm standing right now. And actually, if there's just an end portal, that will not obstruct the spawning. So if I just go through, I'll end up in this room, where there's the withers that after a while break their obsidian, after I can be sure that these witches they've actually tracked the witches correctly. Oh, and the main targets for these are just right above them, so they are constantly trying to float up. But yeah, they can't. And then there's a bunch more stuff here. Oh, and by the way, this farm is not quite lossless, but mostly lossless, I would say, and it really doesn't matter. I've also put in these pistons here, which just activate to push in any obsidian that lands on this block right here, but here it was too difficult and I could not be bothered to save this. Whatever it is, 5% of obsidian really does not matter at all. So, yeah. This then is a double piston extender, which is also acting as a translocator, which just translocates me through here, and this piston here then pushes me, because I'm gonna be standing at, we're going to gamble run. I am always gonna stand at 49. What is it? 0.0. So I'm always gonna be standing at this location when I come into the end, so I don't actually need a triple piston extender to translocate me, but because my hitbox is intersecting with this block, I can just use a double piston extender. But that also means, because I'm right in the middle of these 2 blocks, I'll actually have to be aligned before I can use these translocators back here, which are much simpler than if I had to build a translocator that actually works with me being on this side. Therefore I use this piston here with just a delay. So yeah, and then I get actually translocated back by these backside piston. Kinder? I don't know. by these pistons and go here, where I'm then just translocated with a few different translocators until I can go into the repeating setup, which is this one. I'm also using the comparator trick here to keep lag low, but it really does not make much of a difference because there's only one translocator running out all the time, and the lag caused by this is minimal anyways, apart from the lag that actually is caused by going through 2 portals in a matter of seconds, so yeah. But of course these translocators aren't really reliable if I'm just using them with a player. So what I did is to add a comparator decay here, which is normally refreshed whenever I go through this portal, and that will then turn on this torch when it decays, and that means that this comparator clock, first of all, it will activate the whole thing, and also at the same time it will activate this comparator clock, which I can just disable with this lever, so I can disable the farm basically. And that just goes into the whole setup again, which is this part. So yeah, that's basically all I have to talk about for this farm. Yeah, this is just a super simple detector. I also have some delay until I actually start getting translocated. I did not originally think I would need this, but because of that I have a lot more technology in this used in this than I would have had to. For example, this armor stand actually creates an instant 1 game tick delay, because it takes a game tick for the tripwire to activate once the armor stand starts getting pushed up. So yeah, but of course this is also a player input, so I can't use a repeater here, so I just have everything wired up after this with a piston, and then I go into repeaters, which are in this case just a 2 game tick delay, no Mango, they're not a 3 game tick delay in this case. Sorry Mango, but that had to be that. So yeah, that is basically everything there's to say about this farm. Then I just have this simple dispensers that have to be a bit away from the river, so it actually gets damaged by them. These have snowballs in them. You could add a couple of hoppers here to fill them, and here you could have ice or something, I don't know. I've just left it open. I'm the Obsidian and creative, so whatever. But yeah, that's basically all there is to say about this. I wanted to keep this short. I will provide a Word download, I think. If not, well, I don't know if anyone is gonna build this ever, because I think these cages are safe, but I can't guarantee for anything, and I will not guarantee for anything, because it's really difficult in the case of Obsidian Farms to say, okay, this cage is safe. And in general, in the case of river cages, so yeah, I've not done any extensive tests on this farm, but yeah, I would think they are safe. Anyway, as I said, I wanted to keep this short, and this is really all I wanted to show, so yeah, bye.